Hello everybody. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So do you see my plant? Like, she is getting out of control here. She really wants to wrap around my microphone, which I'm actually cool with as long as she can, you know, be kind of contained and out of the way. Anyways, hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, hello. My name is Carly Gifford, and on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I post sit-down videos talking about whatever I want, mainly TikTok, drama, celebrity scandal, influencer beef, stuff of that nature. Today we are going to be talking about more of a celebrity and some controversy that they are involved in just a little bit. But typically I like talking about kind of niche TikTok drama because we're not all seeing the same videos on TikTok, which I think is, you know, really cool. So like, I love hearing about internet issues that I have no idea what it's about. Like, that is so much fun to me because it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect our day-to-day lives. So legit, who cares? But today what I'm going to be talking about is a little bit more heavy of a topic. We'll get into it. But before I start every video, I like to tell you guys which lip balm I'm using and what I'm drinking. I'm drinking a McDonald's Coke. Very good. You guys know I love McDonald's Cokes. And I'm also using my Summer Fridays Pink Sugar Lip Butter Balm. This one is slowly getting emptier. I'm using this one a little bit more than I'm using my Tower 28 one because the applicator on this is so much better and my lips are actually starting to get relatively dry. So this is just easier to put on. This one doesn't really have a taste. The smell is really good, but yeah, like I said, not really much of a taste. So if you get a little in your mouth, you don't really like notice it a ton, but if you get a lot, it tastes pretty disgusting. I wish that they made lip balms that actually tasted good because it goes on your lips, so of course some is gonna get in your mouth. But anyways, yeah, this one I do like it though. Overall, I think that the scent is starting to kind of wear down just a little bit. It's not smelling as good as it had before, but overall I still like it. It's still a good lip balm. Let's just get into today's video now. Okay, so today we are gonna be talking about Whoopi Goldberg. I'm sure you guys know her from movies that she's been in, such as The Sister Act. She was in The Little Rascals. She has done a lot of other movies that I can't think of off the top of my head right now. But I'm sure that we pretty much all know who Whoopi is. I mean, she just has a really unique name, so she's an easy person to like remember, you know? But more recently, well, I guess actually since the early 2000s, she has been on the TV show The View, which is just a bunch of women sitting around a table talking, discussing different topics, things that are happening in pop culture, politics, stuff of that nature. I really don't watch The View, I guess, not for any reason other than I've just never like gotten into it. I know some people really like it, some people really don't like it because it is more of a left-leaning type of show. Whoopi Goldberg is definitely left-leaning politically. She is very liberal, which I mean, honestly, I don't care which way you lean. I really don't. It doesn't bother me because I mean, that's the beauty of like living in America. If you're from America and you live here, like, we get that right to vote and to choose which party we kind of align ourselves with. I try to be as right down the middle as I can be, although if you ask some people in my life, they would probably tell you that I am a leftist liberal, but I do try very hard to just stay right down the middle. On my channel, I don't like talking about politics a lot just because it's like we get so much of that in our day-to-day lives anyways that it's like I think YouTube and different forms of media and social media, that's our way to escape all of that. So that's why I typically try to stay away from politics, but this is just coming up now since we're talking about Whoopi. Now, recently on The View, Whoopi said, and I'll show you guys the clip in a second here, unless it gets copyright claimed, then I won't, but this is what Whoopi said on The View. I appreciate that people are having a hard time. Me too. I work for a living. If I had all the money in the world, I would not be here, okay? So I'm a working person, you know? My kid has to feed her family. My great-granddaughter has to be fed by her family. I know it's hard out there.
I appreciate that people are having a hard time. Me too. Yeah. I work for a living. If I had all the money in the world, I would not be here.
Now, a lot of people took issue with this from Whoopi because she is a multi-millionaire and she's trying to say that she works for a living. Now, being on The View, it is work, but it's not your conventional type of work. It's kind of like me, like having a YouTube channel, except for the fact that I am going through editing, researching videos, sitting down, talking about them. It's a little bit different, but it's not your typical, you know, 9 to 5 or even like blue collar type hard job. There's a lot of jobs that aren't blue collar that are still difficult, but you you know what I mean? It's just not a very conventional job, and she sits there and she visits with, you know, the co-hosts, and I'm sure there's more to it, but essentially, you know. And a lot of people took issue with this because they were like, oh girl, we are not the same. Like, you are a multi-millionaire, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Now, I did look it up how much Whoopi makes by being on The View. So according to The Independent online, in a 2016 report from Variety, Whoopi's one-year contract was estimated to be worth between $5 million to $6 million, and this was back in 2016.
Whoopi Goldberg has a message for you, and you're not gonna believe what the actress and talk show instigator had to say. The 68-year-old host was discussing a recent social media post from AOC in which she asked her followers why they voted for Donald Trump. AOC said some of the responses mentioned how Trump cared about the working class. Whoopi's response, quote, "I appreciate that people are having a hard time. Me too. I work for a living. If I had all the money in the world, I wouldn't be here, okay? So, I'm a working person and my kid has to feed her family and my great-granddaughter has to be fed by her family." Just to put this in perspective, according to Celebrity Net Worth, Goldberg has a net worth of $60 million and an annual salary of $8 million. Yeah, she's really totally struggling. This is yet another example of how out of touch with real people the Hollywood elite are. I think it's safe to say that most normal people would give just about anything to be in Whoopi's position. Of course, then you'd have to talk to Joy Behar. I'd rather be repeatedly kicked in the nads than suffer through that, but for $8 million a year, I could probably find my way through it for a while. Bottom line, how can anyone take her seriously at this point? Not only is she not monetarily a member of the working class, I wouldn't even call what she does work. What do you guys think about this?
So unless she's living like well beyond her means, I really do think that that comment was very out of touch, because of course there are people that are in a much harder financial situation than her. She's making tons of money, but it's like, okay, girl, I know you're trying to relate to people, but I think a better way to do that would be to try to advocate for people that aren't making as much money or that are struggling. This just wasn't it. And honestly, people had some thoughts.
I appreciate that people are having a hard time. Me too.
Yeah.
I work for a living. If I had all the money in the world, I would not be here.
This is absolutely the most out of touch thing I've seen someone say in a long time. Like, these people do not operate in reality. She's out of touch. The audience who laughed is out of touch. The co-hosts who are laughing, all out of touch with reality. Completely out of touch with reality. It's unbelievable she said that. And rather than explain it to myself, this guy gave a great breakdown of this situation and why it's out of touch. Watch this.
This is the most out of touch thing I've ever heard a celebrity say. We got to run some numbers and put this into perspective. The median household income in America is $80,000. And after taxes, it's about $66,000. And this is before 401k contributions and health insurance. You have been famous for 40 years and have a net worth of $60 million. And on top of that, you make $8 million a year. And even though you're paying an insane amount of taxes, you're still taking home $3.8 million a year. That is $73,000 a week take-home pay. You, Whoopi Goldberg, by yourself, make more money per week than the average American family makes a year. And you're going to sit here and say that you relate to the struggle of the American people? Do you realize that people have not recovered financially since the pandemic?
This woman is so out of touch with reality. And this is why she says the stupid shit that she says. She lives in this liberal echo chamber. I'm struggling too, making $70,000 a week. As if you really understand the struggle that someone that makes $70,000 a year is going through. This is why Democrats are getting their butts kicked. Many of them are completely out of touch with reality, and this shows you how out of touch she actually is. This individual's a joke.
But that is essentially what is happening with Whoopi this week. Yeah. Oh, she also made a, like, not safe for work comment that got quite a bit of attention.
I like to be eaten from time to time. mine. This wheel is... Is this a wheel of authentic Parmigiano Reggiano from Italy?
Honestly, I think it's a little bit funny. But anyways, so that's what's going on with Whoopi. That's why she's been in the news a little bit more recently here. If anything develops from this, I'll let you guys know if she comes out with a statement or something. But as of right now, that is the situation. So I would like you guys to please comment down below how you feel about what she said. Was it kind of out of touch, or do you think that she meant well, that she was trying to relate to just sort of everyday, normal, working people? Louis. Sorry, I think my Louis wants to go outside probably. But anyways, so that is it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. If not, totally fine, but I will be back in 2 days with another YouTube video. Bye guys. Okay, Louis, do you want to go outside? Who wants to go outside? Does Louis want to? Oh no, Louis wants butt scratches. Oh, Lou.